What is going on, everybody? Good morning. I think we should really discuss the real possibility of an actual war in America, a ground war. I think we all know that there's an invasion going on, and it's been going on for years. There's a drug war going on. There's a war for our minds going on. There's a war for our kids going on. I think all of these had to come first to dumb us down, to soften our minds, to make us weak and lazy. The last war that's going to come here, and I feel like it's prime time for it to happen, is a ground war. There's rumors of wars. There's actual wars all around the world. Israel, Ukraine. Small flare-ups here and there. It's only a matter of time before America gets involved, like actually involved. We're already involved with them financially, covertly. But it is only a matter of time before they say, okay, the plane is ready to go. And how prepared are you for actually something like that happening? Yeah, you can prep for the power going out. You can prepare for volcanoes, floods, pandemics, whatever. But are you prepared enough for an actual fight on American soil? Not to mention, it's 2024 and we're in another election year. Probably the most decisive one, in our history. Biden has destroyed the country, and everybody that he's worked for has destroyed this country. He says, I just need 4 more years. The dude's had 40, 50 years in the Senate to fix stuff, and he hasn't. He had 8 years with Obama to fix it, but he didn't. But they keep saying the plan's, going according to plan. Everything's going according to plan. But what you fail to realize is the plan is going according to plan. It's just not our plan. It's not for you and me. It's their plan. And I think all this ties into some other crazy shit where they're trying to keep control. Everybody wants to talk about the New World Order. Everybody wants to talk about government control, and that's like the big part of it. And I don't think that's the top level thing about what's going on. I think the world is changing with the weather, with just natural flows of stuff. There's things changing on the planet, and there's nothing that they can do about it except try to maintain some kind of control. When you think about it, why else would they be doing all this? Why would they try to push everybody into these small cities? They're trying to create a narrative of where it makes more sense for people to live together in these, compact cities like cockroaches. That is not the way we are supposed to live, people. We need to live out in nature. Small communities. That is the way we were supposed to live. We're supposed to be... It's funny how people that live in a country are far apart, but they are closer in a sense of where they actually have community. And then you go to these big-ass cities where there's millions of people, hundreds of thousands of people, and nobody knows anybody. Nobody talks to anybody. I feel so uncomfortable when I go up to the city. Even the one that I work at, I work in a on a scale from 1 to 10, the city is like a 3, how big it is, and I still feel uncomfortable going up there. My brother, he lives up in Pittsburgh. I would consider that, I don't know, maybe a 4 or 5 on the population. Oh my God, I hate going up there. I love visiting my brother, but I haven't been in probably like 5 years. Where there's more buildings than trees, that's not for me. I feel very awkward, very out of place. You need to get out into the woods. And I'm not saying be a hermit, but you need to get out into the country if you are like-minded like me. If you are prepare mindset. If you want to actually have stuff for the future. Because our future is not looking very pretty. Especially if you live in a city, it is not looking good at all for you. You need to get out of there, get a little land, or there's people online that talk about that where they have, 10, 20 families come together and they make a little commune. Just don't turn into some, crazy cult. Don't be the, what was it, the Bundy Ranch, or not Bundy Ranch. Was it the Bundy Ranch? Just don't go nutty on everybody. Maybe you should though. I don't know. It'd probably be a good idea to have little Jesus in your life. A couple guns, some ammo, some food stocked up. And everybody thinks they have enough until something happens. And you're going to realize you don't have enough. Has anybody went on a camping trip and you try to pack, I got this, that, I got all my stuff, I'm ready to go. You go hiking, and on the first, couple hours, you're like, shit, I forgot something. The one thing I forgot. That's going to be the same thing like now, prepping wise. When everything goes down, you're going to say, man, I wish I had that. Man, I wish that one thing that I forgot. Whatever it is. You need to start using your mind like the world has already ended. Pretend or just imagine the world, everything went away. Electricity went away, your water went away. And try to live like that for 3 days. Just to see if you can do it. Just to see what you're forgetting. Cut your power off at your house for 3 days. Just to see if you can do it. Because if you can't make it 1 or 2 days, 3 days at your house with no power, and don't use your generator. That's pointless. That's cheating. I'll cut my electricity off, but don't worry, I got a generator. Your generator is backup, but don't rely on it. Make sure you can do this for a couple days. Go out into the woods, go camping for a day or two, and continue to do that. I see all these preppers, man, they'll buy all this stuff and just, that's it. They don't practice with it. They don't put the stuff on to see if it fits. They don't go shooting. They don't practice with their medical. They don't read about medical. I don't get that. To me, that's like, I don't know, buying 1 million lottery tickets and not, checking them to see if they're winners. It seems pointless to me. Why buy all this stuff and not use it? Like fire starters, I use those all the time. The little magnesium things, go like that. They're fun to use. I enjoy using them. And people, you're going to waste it, man. I know you're practicing. You're learning how to use it. You ever made a fire with a hand, one like that? You just rub 2 sticks together. Now you got to find the right type of sticks. You got to make sure they're dry. You have to do everything correctly to make sure it works. People assume bugging out and prepping and, survival is going to be easy. They glorify it. A lot of people glorify it online. Oh yeah, here's whatever, my survival bunker, and they'll cut and edit these videos to make it look like it's cool as shit. Like, yeah, that's awesome, man. And it does look cool. These like outdoor homemade cabin things out in the woods, they look really cool, and I'm sure they are really cool. But compared to your house where you live now, would you really want to trade your house for that forever? Probably not. I sure wouldn't want to. Although what I'm doing right now with the camper is, I feel like that's different. I know living in the camper is going to be, part-time for like a year or two until I actually build a house. I'm talking about the little 10 by 15 dugouts underground. That's what I'm talking about. They look cool. And that's something that I would have done when I was 13 or 15. Just to have a cool fort. But I'm not about to build something like that, live in it with 2 kids and a wife. Like, that's not going to happen. Unless it's absolutely necessary. Maybe it is. Maybe we would have to do that to survive what's happening. But this country is literally being overrun with all kinds of illegals. And it is not just Spanish people. It's not just, people from South America. It is people from Afghanistan. It's people from Russia. It's people from China. It is all millions of people have come across our border. I wouldn't even say we have a border anymore. But there have been millions and millions and millions of people that have just walked up into Texas. There's people being flown from Mexico. Our government is paying pilots, stewardess, paying for the gas, the food, the time. We are paying millions for that, to have people be flown up from the border, because the border is so overwhelmed. We need to get more people into our country. How fucking crazy is that? And nobody cares. How crazy is it that we're giving millions, billions of dollars to Ukraine, to Israel, to Palestine? We're giving all of our wealth away to other countries, but we're not doing anything. The president's like, oh yeah, we'll give $5 million to somebody in America for disaster relief or whatever, but turns around and spends fucking 100 times more than that in a different country. Does that make sense to anybody? What about Jeffrey Epstein? Does it make sense to anybody that that's not relevant anymore, that nobody wants to talk about it? Why? Because most of the people that were on the list are still in power. But nobody cares. We are literally being controlled right now by the most evilest people in the world. But we're so brainwashed. The Democrats are beyond fucking repair. They're, oh my God, these people are amazing. They're the best. They're saving the country. And the Republicans, or people like you and me, are, well, yeah, we know they're evil, but what can we do? What do we do about it? Stand up and say something. Make flyers about it. Make t-shirts about it. That's what I do. I make political t-shirts, among other things that I do. But we need to, stand up and, talk about this shit. Just to have discussions with other people and say, we have to do something about this. We have to make our country great. We have to stand up, not even just, America, But the whole world needs to stand up and say enough of this shit. Just leave us alone. Let us live our life. If everybody left, if we had one rule in the world, just one law, we would be fine. The whole world would be peaceful. If you hurt somebody, you die. Whether that's an accident or what, that can be discussed. But if you intentionally hurt somebody, which involves stealing from them or physically hurting them in any way on purpose, I get accidents happen or whatever, and maybe we could find some kind of law for that. But if we just had that one law, don't fuck with people. Just let them live their life. I don't think there would be very much issues in the world. Because nobody would want to hurt anybody. You know? I don't see how hard it is just to leave people alone in life and let them live their life. God forbid I go out and collect rainwater or build a house that's not to code, because I get safety, whatever, I do, but I don't think anybody that doesn't know anything about building is not going to go out and build something anyway. Maybe. Fuck it. If it happens, it's on them. Let them learn. There are so many rules in this country. So many taxes, so many laws, so many edicts to control us. Everything that we do, literally everything that we do, is taxed the fuck out of. And nobody gives a shit. Nobody wants to say anything. Nobody's, yeah, man, what do we do? It's the Illuminati, man. There's nothing we can do about it. Maybe. Maybe there's nothing we can do about it. But I believe there is something that we can do about it. And just say no. Literally just say no to this shit. That's it. So we got wars. We got more pandemics coming along. We got another election coming along. We have the earth changing. Out of all of that, the only thing that we can't control and say no to is the earth, because, I mean, bro, it's the earth, dude. Like, it's going to do its thing. You know? Weather's going to change. Oh my God, global warming. It was hotter back in the day than it is now. Oh my God, CO2. We had more CO2 back in the day than we do now. But y'all are so fucking brainwashed and believe everything that they say. Wow. Yeah, it is getting pretty warm. I noticed last year was a little cooler. Yeah, man. Go look at actual graphs of throughout the last couple 100,000 years. And you'll see the temperature go like this, back and forth, back and forth. I think technically we're still in an ice age right now. If I believe right, if I read that right, we're still in an ice age. There are so many factors that go into our weather. The weather is always changing. It gets hot, it gets cold. It gets hot, it gets cold. Shit happens in the world, man. But they got you in that narrative, you know what I mean? They have you locked in and fucking brainwashed. Just like all this other crap that's going on right now in the world. The transgender shit, they have you brainwashed to believe that you have choice about who you are. No, you don't. For hundreds of thousands of years, we have male and female. That's how, like, 99% of all population reproduces is male and female. And there are planets and whatever that are like asexual, they reproduce with themselves. I wouldn't be surprised if we had, people like that. Are there any asexual people out there? that are only attracted to yourself, that are only reproduced with yourself? Anybody fucking themselves? I don't know. Are you? Are you out there? Do you identify as being so egotistical, narcissist that you only love yourself? I'm sure there's people out there like that. But all of that has to go with whether you believe in the Bible or not, or believe in God or not. But if you take the practices from the Bible and the teaching from the Bible and apply them to your life, the whole world would be a lot better. Just peace and love and, justice, righteous justice for shit that's happening. People that are narcissists like that, people that are so like the the sins or whatever, gluttony, people being lazy, arrogance, greed, and all that shit. Out of all of them, I think, I don't know, they're all really bad, but I think pride and laziness, what is that, sloth, I think? Laziness and pride are the worst ones. You imagine having to get up and change the channel on the TV, or go outside and change the position of the bunny ears to get some reception? How hard is it to get up and start a fire because you're cold, when you can just push the button on the remote, go to your wall and change the thermostat, push one button and have something ordered to your house? We are being trained to be lazy, arrogant, spoiled little fucking brats. We are trained. They are pushing us to believe that's what we should be. You deserve it. You deserve to be happy. You deserve what you have. You deserve what you put forth in this life. You don't deserve a damn thing except what you make of life. You do not deserve happiness and wealth and love just because. You should deserve it because you put it out into the world. But there is nobody putting anything like that in the world anymore. Very few people. Everybody wants, they don't want to give. All these kids during Christmas, I deliver packages for a living, and I see it all the time. You just fucking ruined Christmas. My kid saw what you just delivered. And then the kid grows up thinking that, stuff is more important than the actual meaning of Christmas. It's about, whether you believe Jesus was born in December or whatever, that's irrelevant to me. Christmas for me is about family, coming together, loving each other. And it could be about the solstice, and it could be about all this other shit too. But to me, it's about having family together and celebrating the gift of giving and love. To me, whatever. My point is, people are materialistic beyond repair. This world is beyond repair. It is beyond fucked up. The evilness that is ingrained in in this world. Human life doesn't mean anything anymore to anybody. You get one life, and what are you doing with it? You're sitting around wasting it, playing video games, eating junk food, doing drugs, but you're not investing in your life. There are people out there that just spend all fucking day playing video games. Hours and hours and hours. You could be out there reading, learning how to do something, learning a skill, learning a language, being interactive with people, trying to make the world better. But instead, you're sitting there in your fucking mom's basement, farting and eating. If anybody's seen the South Park where they're playing World of Warcraft and the kids get all fat and acnified and, more Hot Pockets. That is what our world is coming to. And that's what our world is. We need to get away from that. Turn toward goodness. Whether you want to call it God, the creator, whatever, the divine, we all know deep down that we are meant to be good people, that we are meant to take care of other people, that we are meant to be there for other people. And if you can't do that, you need to go away. Because this world, there's a lot of people here. There's a shit ton of people on this planet. And we ain't got room for people that only care about themselves. Really don't. We do not have time or the resources or the place to put you for arrogant, lazy, narcissistic people. Y'all can go the fuck on somewhere. Where I want to tell you, I probably shouldn't say. Anyway, there's my rant for this morning. There's war. There's actual war about to happen. You need to learn to love each other. You need to learn to not be lazy. You need to learn to use your brain. I love everybody on this planet. I really do. But fuck, there's some lazy motherfuckers out there. I hope everybody has a fantastic day.